welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here with the Aquarius October horoscope. It's a very wet Queensland here where I am, so let's hope this video gets up without much problem, because I have had internet problems these last few days. But anyway, we all have a very busy month in October because there's a number of things happening. Firstly, on the 2nd or the 3rd of the month, depending where you are, Mercury is turning direct. So some of those miscommunications or misunderstandings might slow down now, and we can get on and do stuff. And especially with Saturn and Pluto turning direct, that's a bit of a push forward. We all have a solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th of the month, so that'll probably be pretty intense. And for you, awesome Aquarius, it's in your career zone. If you're not working, it could be your reputation or perhaps the general direction of your life, okay? But there's some new beginning. There could be turbulence coming up beforehand, and then you make a decision. And I'll talk a bit more about that because there's a grand cross on the 30th of September or 1st of October, depending where you are. Okay, so what I like to do is draw 2 tarot cards at the start, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to the board. We'll look at these cards first, and then we'll talk about this big red box in the center here, the Grand Cross, which is fairly impactful. Okay, so, oh, and I should say too, mention Saturn, you know, that can really, when that changes, that can really help you get structure and stability into your life when it turns direct. All right, let's have a look now and see what comes out. Okay, closing my eyes for Aquarius, October 2022. Just waiting for a vision. Okay, I see puppets on strings. You may become increasingly aware the world is nuts. But yeah, more and more people that are like puppets on strings, especially I do notice on YouTube and the internet generally, I really hate to say, but there is a movement towards the shallow entertainment sort of side. It's almost like, doesn't matter what people say as long as it's entertaining, and that will suffice. It's not really good enough, is it? Because if we're going to evolve, if humanity is going to evolve, we all want to do the best that we can do and be worthwhile, do something worthwhile, rather than making it just pure entertainment. There's nothing wrong with entertainment, don't get me wrong, I enjoy entertainment, but you've got to be very clear that it's entertainment and that it's not actual, you know, it's not reality. Just for your notes, if you like, just for the record, I'm not interested in entertainment, you know, to a large extent. So what I want to do is help you make decisions based on astrology and based on my psychic abilities, you know, help you make decisions, but they're decisions for your life, and hopefully you will grow as a result of the good decisions that you make. All right, now the reason I say all of that in a roundabout convoluted way is because here I see these puppets on the strings, and I don't want you to be a puppet on a string. I want you to be thinking, feeling, breathing, unique, authentic energy that you are, and to be who you truly are, and that is a journey to do that. Okay, so anything else I have to say there? No, the card that comes up is the 8 of Wands. Okay, brilliant flashes of insight coming to you, Aquarius, through the month. Your intuition could be really firing on all cylinders. Make sure you write everything down. You could be feeling quite inspired and motivated with these brilliant ideas that come into your mind, and probably when Mercury turns direct on the 2nd or the 3rd, then you'll find that all of this really starts to pick up. Okay, so this is really good news. for your thinking. That's card number 1. Card number 2, let's see. And if you have any flashes about where my boxer curtains are, please let me know. So that's 2 things I've got missing now. We'll find them. I just, if they're here, we'll find them. I just hope they haven't been thrown out in the renovation. All right. So the second card of the month, closing my eyes, what do I see for awesome Aquarius? The window's open. Okay, it's a window of opportunity. When I see a window, I know that there's some chance for something good, something positive, but it's only open for a set time. Okay, the window's not always open, but there's a period of time, and so if you see an opportunity, grab it with both hands. Yeah, sure, research it, think about it, but be quick. Don't dilly-dally about it. Okay, the card that comes up is the 9 of Cups. Your hopes and dreams can be fulfilled. And the moon is there. We start the moon off, we start the month off with the moon here in your 11th house, which is also to do with your hopes and dreams, okay? This is about sending out what you want to the universe. I feel like, as I'm talking to you, I feel like there is a real opportunity here, and I feel a bit excited. So it's a bit hard for me to speak because I've got all this stuff going in my third eye, I can see, and all of this energy sort of rushing in. It feels very windy, like the wind coming in. And whilst it's true that September and October are very windy in Australia because it's the start of our spring, it's also about new ideas that you're being exposed to, new information coming your way that you have to make decisions about. And you might feel, and we'll come to this, you might feel a bit challenged, but this hopes and dreams can be fulfilled because the universe actually hears you. So yeah, if I'm stumbling in my words, that's why I'm actually doing 2 things, in that I'm trying to talk and speak. I'm doing 3 things: talk and speak, but this energy is coming in, I'm trying to describe, and it's coming in very fast today. So now the challenge on the 1st, the Grand Cross, with Neptune, which is a very spiritual influence. It's to do with your money though, and there might be some risk or some sort of thing that you purchase that might seem risky. You don't have all of the information, but the information that you have is positive, and so you think you're going to go this way, and there's some spiritual association with it. And the moon here, there's a square to the moon in your house of hopes and dreams here, so this can also be friends and groups and associates, but because this card's come up here, I'm tending to think it's more hopes and dreams. So there's some sort of challenge, but the moon's only going to be in this position for a very short time because it's actually only in each house on average of 2.5 to 3 days, and then it'll be into the next house that way, and so that'll be your career or your general direction in life. And then that's making a square over here to Mercury, which is all about communication. So, this could be something to do with your internet, okay? Communications, but it's internet that you share with somebody else. So, this might be to do with your internet provider, for example. This could also be loans, banks, your superannuation or 401k, if you're in the States, or intimacy, but there's communications and new ideas coming. I guess the challenge is in assimilating and absorbing all of the new information coming into your mind. Aquarius, because Uranus is your co-ruling planet, you might find that it's technology based. It's something to do with technology coming up for you this month. So a new technology coming into your life, there's a lot of ideas that you have to assimilate and understand before you could make a decision. And there's structure and stability around that, There's a limitation in the fact that, all technology has limitations, and so you have to understand if the technology is suitable for your purposes. And then down here, Mars in the 5th house, which is your creative juices, your creative forces, what inspires you and motivates you. Okay, so something's going to happen on the 30th or the 1st, which is quite important or quite impactful, and you could be put into a situation where you have to make an important decision, but it's a move forward. It's like you're feeling the forces that are propelling you forward. It might be that you feel it's going slow, it's going slow, it's going slow, and then it happens really quick. Okay, Mercury, I talked about already, Saturn and Pluto, I talked about the solar eclipse in Scorpio here in your career or general life direction, starting something new for you. Look at all this activity here. This is really going to be important for you this month, your career. Maybe even a parent could be involved, or your reputation, it could be a social media type, thing involved there as well. Jupiter and Mars are turning retrograde. I'll talk about that as we go along. 29th to the 4th, Mercury is opposition Neptune. This is really not the best time to make a decision. Mercury is retrograde at this point, so be careful signing contracts. There could be misunderstandings, or somebody is, being a bit deceptive. Your thinking could be fuzzy, and you could be more swayed by your feelings than logic. You need to get the balance, of course. On the upside, your imagination is very active. And then, I'll just make that straight because that'll annoy me. And I'm just going to zoom this out because that'll be easier to see. Okay. And your imagination is very active, so that's a real upside for artists and creative people. Mercury is trine Pluto, and that's the 5th to the 8th. That brings great depth to your conversations. When you talk to someone, you've got more power than what you realise, and you can really get to the core of the issue. Mars squares Neptune from the 8th to the 18th. Be careful of this one because sometimes it's a bit confusing, and you don't know what your direction is in life, or you don't feel strong or capable as much as what you normally do. But it's only for a few days. It's like, walking along in a fog. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, and you're not sure what you're doing, where you're going. It's just like you're in a fog. But you know what? Fogs blow away. They clear. And you won't always be in a fog, and when you come out, you're going to come out in a good position. The 9th sees a Hunter's full moon in Aries here in your 3rd house, causing turbulence around your communications, your ideas. Chiron's also there, so it could be you're reminded of a previous spiritual wound, or the two of these together, things get stirred up, so just try and stay calm, take a deep breath and go slowly, I would say. And there's so many energies here that are sometimes, it's a real mixed bag. Sometimes it's all go forward, and then other times it's confusing. So you might have a situation where there's some sort of transformation going on with your communications. Maybe it's study, could be some issue in your local area, might be a traffic issue, for example, or maybe even to do with distant relatives like cousins or siblings maybe you've lost contact with. Then on the 10th, Mercury enters Libra. That's up here in your 9th house going into your 10th house here. Sorry, that's Venus. 8th house going into the 9th house. I had my finger on it. I couldn't see properly. 9th house. So this is more communications about how you broaden your life. So things are starting from this date, you know, things are really starting to open up. The opportunities are starting to flow, and it actually feels quite exciting. It's about growing your life, broadening your horizons, and you could possibly even resolve some issues. There's also energy for travel or foreign cultures, and it's like you need something different in your life. But as I said, I feel excited talking about this. 11th to the 22nd of October, Mars squares Mercury. Watch out for arguments here in your communications. It could be some heated debates about something. You might tend to say what comes into your mind rather than censor it. It's like you don't think about the consequences of what you say, and then there are consequences. So frustration, irritability, and impatience. Try and take a deep breath and go slow. With Mars and Mercury, this could bring headaches, literal physical headaches. So yeah, be a bit cautious about that. 12th to the 26th, Mars opposition Moon. This brings more impatience and perhaps emotional confrontations. But look, if you are slow and considered in what you say, and just take a deep breath and don't move your body too quickly, go slowly, be thoughtful, thinking about what you're doing and what you're saying, and breathing in and breathing out and just staying with that, there'll be no problem at all. Any emotions that come up, you want to feel them, write them down and sit and meditate on those emotions and feel those emotions rather than letting them straight out of your mouth. Then the 17th to the 12th of November, Jupiter sextiles ascendant. This is fabulous. This is very harmonious and peaceful. You'll love this. Things are working more smoothly now. There's some sort of enjoyment in your life. If you had deadlines or pressures, they seem to have passed or they're lifted in some way. You don't feel very energetic, but you don't need to. And you don't need to put sort of much effort into life. So this is just an enjoyable time from the 17th to the 12th. Then we have Venus in Scorpio up here in your 10th house, bringing a smooth, beautiful, gracious energy to your career, the type of career that makes your heart sing. You know, Venus doesn't want to rock the boat, you know, she just smooths everything over. And that could be also with a parent as well. And Venus there is also in your general life direction, not just your career, okay? The 23rd sees the Sun also bringing an insight and awareness here in this 10th house. It's turning into a big party. You might decide, you get these insights and awarenesses, you might decide that you need a new direction in life. You know, it brings also comfort and stability. And then there's a solar eclipse there in Scorpio, bringing intense and compelling feelings. So you feel quite compelled to do something. It's not even that hard to make a decision. With all of this energy in here, you're really being swayed to make the decision. The decision could be easier than you think, okay, because there's so much happening there. And bringing a new career perhaps, or maybe start a new social media channel or something like that. It's like things are illuminated and you have these insights and then you understand, and you feel very inspired. Okay. 28th sees Jupiter move into Pisces, here in your second house of finances. Now, normally when it's retrograde, so normally when a planet's retrograde, things slow down. But with Jupiter, which is a very super exuberant type of planet that usually enlarges everything that it touches, this probably brings some realism around your money situation. So I don't see it as a negative Jupiter retrograde. I see it as just seeing what is, basically. It's not the time for being overconfident. Sometimes, when a planet's retrograde, you can get the more negative sort of aspects of the planet. It can be just that the feelings are internalized. So there might be no change in your money situation, but you're just thinking more about it. That's the only thing to watch is overconfidence. 29th sees Mercury also into the party up here, and it moves in here. I haven't drawn it in, but it moves in there as well. There it is. Yeah, down the bottom. This brings communications and lots of fresh ideas about your career and life direction as well, and it's direct. So, yeah, it's quite a busy and active time for you. And then on the 30th, Mars is retrograde in Taurus, and this could, sort of flatten out your energy a bit. Maybe you don't feel as creative as you normally do, or maybe you're not very interested in romance or in playing or entertainment because you're more interested in your career and your general life direction. Okay, so that's it, Aquarius. It's a bit of a different sort of reading I've just done there, but that's how it goes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that. Have a wonderful month, and if you're new, subscribe and be alive. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. All right, thank you very much, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.